Good afternoon. My name is James. This is Macabre Manscape, and I don't do intros. So I've been seeing this tag going around, and it's called Know Your Collection. It's a challenge proposed by Thomas of Mercyful Metal here on YouTube, and I have enough time today in between steps of my weekly meal prep to try to bang this out really quick because it's really short, and I think it proposes some fun little questions. It's really simple. Question 1, name one album that you're listening to currently. Question 2, name 2 albums that you haven't listened to in the past year. And question 3, name 3 albums that you don't really remember what they sound like because it's just been so long since you've listened to them. So yeah, really simple. Question 1, something that I've been listening to recently, that would be The Ancient Dance of Qetesh by Imperia. This is the debut album of what I will call a Dutch symphonic metal band, though the members are from all across Northern and Western Europe. They're really much more of an international project. And this is released in 2004 on Ebony Tears. This is really interesting. This started off as a solo project of sorts of Helena Eden Mikkelsen, who was one of the lead vocalists of Trail of Tears, Norwegian Gothic symphonic black metal band. And this was the debut, and it's very different in terms of what was happening on in terms of Gothic symphonic metal of the day, especially the female fronted variety. It definitely has this more extreme streak through it, even though there's no harsh vocals except for one little bit at the beginning of one song. And it's super operatic. Just the layering of the vocals is so interesting and cool. This was back 20 years ago, so what is standard for production was was just not established yet. So there's just whole sections that don't really have any keyboard or string presence. Super atmospheric though still. But yeah, just catchy and heavy and really cool. It's definitely different. If you're expecting something like Within Temptation or Exandria of that time, you're not really going to get that. It's more along the lines of early After Forever and Epica, but maybe with a bit less of a gothic streak through it. But yeah, it's just really solid early mid-2000s gothic symphonic metal. Next up, question 2, name 2 albums that it's been more than a year or you haven't listened to in the last year. I have 2 things, so duh. First, I have Sleep Now, Quiet Forest by Todesbonden. This was released on Prophecy Records. It still has a little sticker from when I got it from Amoeba here in San Francisco. This is if I remember correctly, a proggy, folky, symphonic metal project. Super atmospheric as well. My thing with this one is I got it because it has ties to Rain Fell Within, which is a band that I love. And they were released on Dark Symphonies in the early 2000s. Some of the members from that band went on to do this, so I bought it kind of out of obligation, but I think every single time I listen to it, I'm always like, wow, this band has really interesting musical ideas. And then I'm bored and I get over it and I don't want to listen to it anymore. So I definitely need to give it another go, because I feel if I'm really in the mood for it and can sit down and really put myself through it, I will find something to cling on to. But yeah, it hasn't happened yet, but I will try it again soon. Number 2 would be The Unknown by Edge of Paradise. This is an American band based out of SoCal, I believe. I don't really know how to describe their sound. Part hard rock, part symphonic metal, part industrial rock, part, I don't know, alt, modern, whatever nonsense. I saw this band open for Lacuna Coil back in 2023, and at the time, I bought this CD. This was their most recent at the time. They were recording and working on a new album that I believe came out last year. This came out on Frontiers, and I remember enjoying it when I was listening to the album in preparation for the show. I actually decided to spin all the openers, their most recent releases, and I remember enjoying it. It's a little high octane, a little not immature, but it definitely has a younger vibe. But yeah, it's just I haven't really listened to it since I bought it. And those are my 2 that I haven't listened to in the last year. Question 3, name 3 albums that you couldn't even begin to describe. Okay, so first I have Tyndir by Barrowlands. They are an American atmospheric progressive black metal band based in the, I want to say either the Seattle or Portland areas of Washington or Oregon. Don't remember. This is actually kind of funny. I love this band's 2012 demo and their 2014 or 2015 debut album, Thane. Really liked those. This came out in 2017, I believe, and I sat on it for a long time, didn't order it. I ordered it from the band directly eventually in like 2020 or 2021, and then like forgot about it. They didn't send it. I completely forgot about it. Like 6 months later, I ordered it again, and they still didn't send me a copy. So I like reached out to them, and they refunded one of my purchases, but not the other one. So eventually, I just bought it from a different vendor on Discogs, and I got it. And then, despite going through all that trouble to get a copy of it, I think I've only spun it once. I think I remember it being a little less engaging, or at least maybe not less engaging. It just had less of those aspects of their sound that I really clicked with, like the cello and like the really lovely melodies. I think it was just left me a little colder, so I never really gave it another go, but I probably should, because I love this band's earlier stuff. Number 2 is Griseus by Aquilus, or is it the other way around? Ooh, I think the band is Aquilus and the album is Griseus. I got this for $2 at a consignment store in Eureka, California, and yeah, I've tried on several occasions to listen to this. I think I was just not in the mood for it. From what I remember, they're like an American prog death metal. I assume they're American. They seem like they'd be American. I don't know. No clue. I'm sure if I gave this a go now, I might not like it, but at least would like fully formed thoughts on it. So who knows? I mean, I've been kind of listening to a lot of black metal, I feel like, lately, so maybe I'll be more patient with this. And number 3 is An Allusion to the Temporary Real by Chalice. I like this band. They released 3 albums and 1 EP back in the day. I have their 3 full lengths. I really remember the debut, and I remember the 3rd album. This is the one in the middle. And I'm totally blanking. I know it's going to be melodic, slightly gothic doom metal primarily. Other than that, I couldn't tell you. I know there's flute on it, and that's it. I just, for whatever reason, this album has just failed to click with me through the years. And I tend to, whenever I do return to this band, I usually choose that debut if I want something really gothic and dour, or the 3rd one if I want something more proggy, atmospheric, and like just really catchy, right? So I don't know, but I have the full-length discography. I just need to give that album more time. But yeah, that's the challenge. Thanks for watching. This is a short one, and hopefully you guys can hear me okay, because I have headphones in, and I didn't do any sound checks for this. So thank you. Have a good one. See you in the next.